By 1940, Britain was running out of time. Standard tanks were failing against bunkers, minefields, and concrete defences. Improving existing designs wasn't enough. Britain needed solutions immediately, even if they looked strange. So it built tanks that barely resembled tanks at all. The first was shaped by fear of repeating the last war. The TOG-2, spelled TOG, was designed by engineers who had lived through the First World War and expected the next conflict to return to trenches and stalemates. The result was a massive box-shaped tank that already looked outdated when it was completed. It was extremely long, very tall, and painfully slow. Its armour was thick, its profile enormous, and its mobility limited. But it could cross trenches other tanks could not. It could keep moving under sustained fire. The TOG-2 was not built because it was modern. It was built because its designers feared being unprepared again. It never entered combat, but it still exists today, preserved and widely filmed, a physical reminder that Britain was designing tanks for one kind of war while fighting another. If the TOG-2 represented caution, the next tank represented intimidation. The Churchill Crocodile looked like a normal infantry tank, until you noticed the armoured trailer following behind it. That trailer carried fuel for a flamethrower mounted in the hull. The Crocodile was designed to clear bunkers, trenches, and fortified buildings that refused to fall to artillery. It didn't need speed. It didn't need range. It needed certainty. When crocodiles appeared, defenders often surrendered before the flamethrower was even used. The design was awkward. The trailer reduced mobility and required careful handling, but the effect was decisive. In Normandy and later campaigns, crocodiles were used deliberately and sparingly. Their success was measured by how quickly resistance collapsed. There is extensive wartime footage of crocodiles in action, and the reason is simple. Few weapons had such immediate psychological impact. Then came a tank built not to fight enemies, but to remove obstacles. The Churchill AVRE, operated by Royal Engineers, replaced its main gun with a short-range demolition mortar known as the petard. It fired a massive explosive charge, unofficially called the flying dustbin. The range was short, accuracy was limited, reloading was dangerous. But when it hit, concrete defences didn't crack. They disappeared. During the D-Day landings, these vehicles were among the first ashore, clearing obstacles under direct fire. Without them, advances would have stalled before they began. The final machine looked crude, almost ridiculous, until it started working. The Sherman Crab was a mine-clearing tank, fitted with a rotating drum and heavy chains. As the drum spun, the chains struck the ground ahead, detonating mines safely before the tank reached them. It was loud, violent, and chaotic, but it turned invisible danger into controlled explosions. Minefields slowed advances, caused panic, and killed without warning. The Crab removed that uncertainty. Footage shows chains whipping through dirt, explosions erupting safely ahead, and clear paths forming where none existed before. None of these tanks were designed to look impressive. They weren't built for speed or elegance. They were built to solve specific problems under extreme pressure. Some never saw combat. Others became indispensable. All of them reflect a uniquely British approach to war. Adapt quickly, accept strange solutions, and prioritize results over appearance. These tanks didn't win the war on their own, but without them, many battles would never have moved forward at all. In the end, Britain's weirdest tanks weren't curiosities. They were answers to problems no conventional tank could solve.